Black Ops 2 is really sort of pushing the boundaries in terms of single-player innovation. I think more than any Call of Duty has before is really doing new and different things for the campaign. So first and foremost, branching storyline. We've never done this in Call of Duty before, and it's incorporating a new way to sort of tell the story that we've done in the campaign. These are sandbox levels that are basically put into the game. You have the ability to choose which ones you're going to take on, and then your outcome on how you play, win or lose, impacts the story of the game. So depending if you won that specific mission, something different will happen within the narrative of the game and even in the ending itself. So I think more than ever, the team at Treyarch is really pushing the boundaries. I think they did that on Black Ops 1, and on Black Ops 2, it's really pushing the boundaries even further. What you guys saw in the level today was a level that takes place in 2025. And what's happened is Raul Menendez, who is our key villain within the story, has taken control of the infrastructure of drones controlled by the U.S. military. And he's basically pointed them at Los Angeles, where the President of the United States is actually there currently. So your goal within the mission is to defend the President. And what you saw was first this drive-up sequence that basically everything was getting bombed within Los Angeles. The 10 freeway was being destroyed. And what happens is you now have to basically take the President, protect her through the rest of the mission. So you saw tons of different types of gameplay. There was turrets, you were flying a jet through downtown LA, you were taking on multiple drones that were flying in, ground units, assault units, you name it. But you also had this ability where choice played into the sort of decision. The mission in Singapore, where basically you're taking that sort of perspective and move units depending on where you want them to take place, flanks, stand by, or engage. You can also then take control of different vehicles within the level. There's these quad-rotor drones you actually can fly around within. You're actually controlling the movement of them. There's these ground assault drones, which you can also control. And then these characters, or what we call claws. So the player can either then control any of those drones or actually play any of the soldiers themselves. So there's multiple soldiers within the actual mission itself. And you can go into first person, control those characters. They will all have different types of loadouts. Some have sniper weapons, some have light machine guns, some have different assault weapons. So depending on how you want to move throughout the map, who you want to control, you can do it any which way you want. You can play the entire thing in Overwatch mode, you can play the entire thing in first drones. Once they get deployed onto the battlefield, you control those and use those throughout the entire mission. So it really gives players a ton of choice, and it's a different type of a way of playing Call of Duty. I think people criticize this for being very linear. This is sort of a new way to play Call of Duty, embrace that linearity that people I think have concerns about, and then again, that win or lose. I think for us, when we, it was what we wanted to do. And then as we were looking forward as to, okay, what would be the sequel of Black Ops? We brought in Oliver North. He consulted with us on all the hot zones that existed in that time period, all the things that were going on in Central America, the Middle East, Africa, everything that was going on there. And it really sort of had these sort of relevant touch points into the future. And the team really always wanted to push the boundaries of what they were doing and said, you know what, it'd be an interesting way to connect these storyline pieces together. Everybody will see a campaign level. What they see in the campaign level may not be the same as someone else sees. So a character may live or die somewhere in the middle of a game, but you may play it differently than someone else. And then the Strike Force missions also impact that as well as to what happens at the ending of the game. Call of Duty Black Ops 2 coming